Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. GTA 6 has officially announced pre-orders. We've got the whole reveal for the Ultimate Edition. The pricing is out there now. And with that, of course, pre-orders are opening up. At the time that I'm recording this video, they're rolling out worldwide. It is a regional thing, much like the launch of the game in November, which does in fact mean if you wanted to, you could play GTA 6 a little bit early. Technically, as we all know, the official launch date for GTA 6 is November 19th. Through a few different things you can actually do on both platforms, PlayStation and Xbox, if you wanted to, you could actually play the game early on November 18th. Now, this is a method that's been around. It's not exclusive to GTA 6 or anything. I've used it for Call of Duty in recent years. You could use it for all sorts of games if they have a regional launch like GTA 6 seemingly will according to the countdowns now. And I wanted to explain how exactly you can do this if it's something you're interested in doing. So obviously the game is launching first on PlayStation 5 and then Xbox Series X and S. PC is still to come at a later date, and I'm not gonna lie, it's the easiest to do on PC, but there are a few steps you got to take on each platform in order to actually do this if it's something you're interested in. We'll start first with the PlayStation side of things because this one unfortunately is the more annoying one. So first up, the first thing you have to do is make a new PlayStation account. When you go through and you create this account, you need to make it based in New Zealand. You have to have a New Zealand address. There's plenty of generators and whatnot out there. You could just find a local address in New Zealand, use that there. It needs to be based in New Zealand. That is actually the first region in the world that gains access to games when they have a regional rollout. That's the furthest ahead time you could possibly play it. So you're gonna have to make that New Zealand based PlayStation account and then also go into your console settings and make sure console sharing is on. Like, that's going to function as the primary account on your PlayStation. That way any purchases that you go through and you make with the New Zealand account will also be available to play on all your normal accounts. So if you have your main PlayStation account you plan on playing GTA 6 with, that is not the one you want to purchase the game with. You want to make sure you do it through New Zealand, and that's your primary account on your PlayStation with the console sharing turned on. Now, the next step is the annoying one. To play it safe, to make sure everything works as intended, at least the way that I've always done this, you need to actually have store credit basically on your New Zealand account. Rather than going through and using your credit card or using your PayPal account that's probably based elsewhere, not in New Zealand, whether you're in the US, UK, anywhere else, you want to go through and you want to get some New Zealand PlayStation cards. Now, you can do this in a bunch of different ways. There's a lot of sites out there that do sell New Zealand PSN keys. I used G2A personally. This is one that's super easy. You could just use PayPal. It's nice and safe and quick and didn't cause me any issues when I've done it previously. But depending on which version of the game you want to buy, you'll know that you're doing it right if you go into your PlayStation store and it shows the New Zealand listing with the prices much higher than what you'd typically see in your region because of the conversion rate there. But depending on if you want the full-on Ultimate Edition or if you want the base edition, you're gonna have to go through and purchase the correct amount of New Zealand cards or New Zealand codes here. So if you needed 150 bucks for the New Zealand account, if you're going all in on like the Ultimate Edition, you're gonna have to buy this, then buy an additional card, etc. Right? So make sure you have enough in these cards to get whatever version of the game you want. Obviously there is that conversion rate. 150 New Zealand translates to 90.77 USD, for example. So you have to go through and get the set amount. You purchase these, they'll send you codes, you then redeem the code and you get that money in your wallet on that PlayStation account that is based in New Zealand. Then you simply purchase the game, and again, you'll know you're doing it correct because PlayStation will actually show you that the first playable date, you'll see the game is playable. It'll say like November 18th, 4 o'clock, for example, and you'll know that that's when you can first play the game rather than having to wait for midnight local time on November 19th. So outright, it's a few steps to get there, but this is how you could go through and get GTA 6 first up, just outright. If you're planning on pre-ordering, you can do this now. It'll actually preload a week early. That'll happen for everyone regardless of whether or not you're doing this method. And then on November 18th, you can play the game early. You'll have it preloaded. There will be the countdown timer there, and that'll get you a little bit of extra hours if you were looking to jump in as soon as physically possible. And by the way, as we're going through all the details here today, if you guys enjoy this video, you find the information helpful, do me a favor, drop a like. It's always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to stay up to date with all things going on for GTA 6, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course turn on those post notifications. Now, as mentioned, the PlayStation method of this is a lot more annoying to do just because you have to make the alternative New Zealand account. You got to buy the cards to get the codes to get the wallet currency up so you can then just outright easily purchase the game and get it loaded and everything. The Xbox method is way easier. In fact, you don't even need a special account for this one. You can do this on your main Microsoft or Xbox account. All you need to do to set this up is go into your system settings, go to your region settings, and change your region to New Zealand. If you're changing this for the very first time, it's going to make you restart your console. So change that to New Zealand, use whatever language you want, and then restart your console. When you reboot, go back into that menu, double check it says your region is New Zealand, and then you simply open up the store page, go to Grand Theft Auto 6, and you'll see it's going to show the game is listed in a New Zealand currency. You can outright just purchase it from this page, though. You don't need to do anything fancy. Purchase it through the New Zealand listing, and again, it'll show it should be playable on November 18th local time there. So much more straightforward method there. But either way, if you're an Xbox player or a PlayStation player, you can play GTA 6 early through this, much like you can any other title out there that is a regional release, whether it's Call of Duty, whether it's anything else out there, right? For what it's worth, on PC, when this eventually does end up coming, if they do a regional release yet again for the PC version of the game, you could also do this very simply through the Microsoft Store, changing your region on your PC to New Zealand, and it'll work the same there as well. If you're doing it through like Steam or the Rockstar launcher or whatever, that gets a little bit more tricky because you can't really always switch that. You'd have to be VPNing and stuff like that. The easiest way on PC is to do it through the Microsoft Store, of course. But if you wanted to play GTA 6 early, even if it's just by a few hours, this is how. It's a few extra steps, but if you're really dedicated to the cause, you want to be in there in Leonida as soon as possible, these are the current strategies. These are the current ways to do so. If anything changes, I'll either make an updated video or change the pinned comment down below. It'll be pretty unlikely that anything would change. Like I said, this is not a new method by any means. This has been a thing that I've used for years and years and years now to play Call of Duty a little bit early, for some other major released titles that have had regional launches. That's ultimately the main factor here. If it's a regional launch, you can kind of cheese it and use these methods to play early. So be on the lookout for that potentially, but as of now, this is how it works for all the major releases that are regional. That said, that'll wrap things up. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on your way out to stay up to date with all things going on in the world of Grand Theft Auto. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.